Hi everyone, my name is Khalil Saab. This is the Killer Boxing podcast where we discuss some boxing and business. We're going to get people on here to discuss boxing and a bit of business. So people in the business game who are affiliated with boxing and people in boxing that are involved with business, we bring it all together. Today I've got my good friend and long-time acquaintance, William from Tszyu Fight Club. William, how are you?
Good, Killer. Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the podcast. And you've just got back from Vegas.
Just got back from Vegas yesterday.
You know what? Let us, before we start, I guess we just want to see how we know each other. I remember you messaging me on Twitter about, was that 14 years ago?
16, 17 almost.
Yeah, you were 16 years ago?
Probably
Was
about 16.
Yeah.
Wait, above 15 for sure.
So you messaged me on Twitter saying, "Oh, you're at Tszyu Boxing as well." I'm at Tszyu Boxing, and Killer Boxing was launching, and we were launching it for about, it was like a year. It was 2013 maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, 14, whatever. And then I think maybe earlier. Anyway, you were training
11 or 2012 even.
Yeah, you were training with Dino. Was it Dino back then?
George Reno.
Oh, George Reno, that's right. You trained with George Reno.
George Reno.
And he told me, I trained with George, and I'm gonna be a star boxer, and then and I needed some killer boxing gloves, and like, you're a hustler. I knew this guy's a hustler. This young kid. He keeps messaging me, his little hustler. I go, all right, I'm gonna send him some boxing gloves. I'll send you some boxing gloves.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Killer. You did deck me out. Shirt, gloves, backpack. Definitely looked after me, but I did have to hustle for it. But that was our first interaction, I think, Killer. Right?
Bro, you were hustling. I didn't even know who you were. I didn't even know who you were, and then all of a sudden I'm getting all these messages from this young kid who doesn't care. He's not shy. I need gloves. I need this. I need a shirt. He's straight in. William is not scared to ask. He's the ultimate hustler, and then ever since we started knowing each other, then you became, we used to go to the fights, a lot of Australian boxing, and William became an expert in Australian boxing. He knew the record of every Australian boxer. He knew the matchups. He knew their style. Anything about Australian boxing, William knew everything about it. You know what I mean?
It was good memories growing up because we were at every local show together.
Yeah, we went to all these local shows.
Every week. We were there every week. Killer, I was just a young kid, Killer would pick me up, he'd look after me, introduce me to a lot of people, and we developed quite a good friendship from that.
It was me, you, and Mario, wasn't it?
Yeah, back in the days, Mario. Yeah, it was good. We developed a great friendship.
And we were in your corner for a few of those fights in the young years as well.
Yeah, South Junior days.
South Juniors.
12. No, I was probably 13, 14 years old. Killer was in my corner. You were in my corner for most of my fights.
Yeah, I was kind of, because Reno couldn't make it, and also like, it's funny how I fought at South Juniors, and then I stopped boxing, and then you started boxing, and I was still in the gym, involved with training people and just in the gym training myself, but I wasn't no longer fighting. It was always in my mind I was going to make another comeback and fight. Then I got stuck with work.
When I first met Killer, you were heavily invested in your business, Killer Boxing, for sure. I think maybe it was just launched, or it would have just launched. I remember because you did some expos. Remember the expo days?
Fitness expos,
yeah. That's some people come past that day. I remember
2013. Was our official launch.
I remember that expo.
Like, we launched our brand at the Fitness Expo in 2013, and like the first day we sold no gloves. It was like nothing. I'm like, bro, and then I realized the guy sent us the wrong order for boxing gloves, so we had the wrong gloves. And the guy from overseas sent us the wrong gloves. It was like they're shit gloves. I'm like, I sent the wrong stuff. He said the other stuff's coming. And then the next day, the good gloves came. They actually arrived on time. So, we had like 1 or 2 sales. And then on Sunday, we made a few more. So we were building. So it was quite a journey. And I go, then I realized, this is a tough game, man. You know what I mean? When you're out there, you put yourself on the line there with your own brand. It's hard. It's really, really hard to actually build something, build a brand. It's also, I was just gobsmacked how hard it was. I was like, shit, I'm gonna make some sales. I had no idea. Like, I worked in the corporate world, but I had I've never set up a brand before. I just thought it was a great idea, and I thought I'd give it a go. But then as I progressed through the years, you understand, you start learning different parts. Because back then there was like, I had no, like, I really didn't have no mentor. Didn't have no one guiding me. So, you know, I guess that's why I was more to help people, more helping, guiding people, and then using my brand to help people in Australian boxing. And that's why I used to give away a lot of gear and help people out.
It's good to have a laugh with you about it, but we almost secured IBF heavyweight. Do you remember Jarrell? I forgot his name now. He was fighting Anthony Joshua.
Yep.
And Anthony Joshua won the belt off him.
Yes.
And I was trying to secure him for a killer deal.
Yeah. You
his
hustling
name?
on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're hustling the whole Mayweather gym on
Yeah,
Twitter.
everyone. I was trying to get the business to grow, but you know, that's what you do as a young kid. You know, you connect
funny.
with someone, they have an idea, and the passion of boxing brings you guys two together. And like that's kind of how mine and Killer's friendship blossomed, you know, like from a young age. We were hustling a lot of people overseas to get the Killer gear out there.
Yeah, you on Twitter talking to everyone in the Mayweather gym. It's funny, I ended up at the Mayweather gym a few years later.
Yeah, you ended up getting Killer in the Mayweather's gym.
Yeah, everyone in the Mayweather gym had these tracksuits.
Yeah, and now your gold mitts are going crazy worldwide.
Yeah,
I would say they're actually quite a iconic mitts now. A lot of high profile fighters are using them, high profile coaches are using them. I personally use them. Yeah. So I know exactly what type of mitts they are.
They've been going crazy because I realized something. Those mitts, those air mitts, they weren't really like Rodney Williams, right? The coach. So
Super coach.
I met him at the Fitness Expo.
Yeah.
The first time. It was like, I think there was a few fighting, like Nikita was fighting, a few boys from Tszyu boxing were fighting at the same time. They had a boxing tournament at the Fitness Expo.
I remember that, yeah.
And then like, there was fights on and people came to my booth and Rodney was on them. And then I started doing some sessions with Rodney. Like we just started training, just tried to training me for a bit. And then like, was like, maybe I can do this comeback. But then anyway, when I was there, and then he goes to me, you know what? Okay, yeah, you got a winner with these mitts. This was like 8 years ago. If you can get these right, if you can just make these adjustments, do this, do that, you got a winner here. And I'm like, yeah, no worries, man. I'm just focusing on the gloves. But bro, I just I fixed up a few things on the mitt. Then the mitts, I don't know, that wasn't meant. They were just gonna be like,
they exploded. The mitts
exploded. But they were just gonna be like just a product I had on the side.
Yeah.
But my only thing was the gloves. But the mitts just started going, and people like started and you know, thinking about a lot of people try to copy them.
Right.
Like a lot of coaches around the world, I send them the mitts, they take them, and they give them some manufacturer to copy them. They couldn't copy them because what I overcome is there's a lot of stuffing that comes out of the mitts. Initially, we used to have the mitts and they used to use them for like 2-3 times and all this shit comes out of it. And then you can't, and it goes in your eyes, in your mouth.
They start to fall apart.
They start to fall apart quickly.
Yeah.
And they'd go in a month, I had to replace them all the time. With customers would be like, I've got these mitts, they're good, but they're falling apart. And the new ones. Boom. And so I made the adjustments. I made the fix-ups. I fixed up the zipper around the mitts. Make sure it wasn't falling out. I've done about 5-6 different versions before I got to the version I got it. I failed about 6-7 times before I got the right mitts. But the thing is, I just kept on changing it until I got the right format. It didn't hit my eyes. You know what I mean? I think the game changer was COVID. Right. When COVID happens, I got time to actually sit down. I shut down the business, sit down and work on the actual product and try and fix things. Whether before COVID, it was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to just sell.
The whole COVID thing helped you slow down and focus more on the product.
Yeah.
And now these Killer mitts, they've hit the market and they've hit the market hard. They probably caught you by surprise, yeah?
Yeah, it caught me completely by surprise. Yeah.
No, they're doing well. And I use them as well, so
yeah,
I
well,
like them.
William, you've got a long journey. You're at Tszyu Boxing now. Tszyu Fight Club. They call it Tszyu Fight. I used to be at Tszyu Boxing. You're at Tszyu Fight Club. So Tszyu Boxing was definitely a place that I called home. It was my home for 20 plus years. It was like the place I used to only go to after school, after work. It's the only place. If I didn't get to Tszyu Fight Club or Tszyu Boxing, I was lost that day. Like even after a fight I was kind of lost. Even when I was working in corporate, I was kind of lost. It was like my place I could go to and feel like I'm in a place where it's like a home. I feel like I belong there, and I feel like it's like you just know everyone. It's a familiarity, and everyone feels so connected. And the crew that we had there was so, it's like a brotherhood. We used to fight together, go out together to eat. We do everything together. It was like, and we were both on the same journey. Everyone's trying to make it. Everyone's trying to get to the next level. Everyone's following Costa Zoo back then. Everyone's trying to make it. Like, they used to come to my house. Now, where are they now? Let's have a look at it. Yeah, shall we? George Kambosos, Team Tszyu, Matty Atala, all these guys have gone on to make massive inroads in their life and their careers, and they all started at Tszyu Boxing. Why? You know, George Kambosos, world champion. You know what I mean? Team Tszyu, world champion. You know, we got Viktor Oganov, you know, former
Sakio Bika.
Sakio Bika. All these
Solomon
guys.
Harmono.
All these guys.
There's a lot of people coming through.
All these guys came from the same area of Sydney. It's quite unique, you know, like how one part of Sydney creates all these global stars. It was
when you think about it, it's been around now for almost 30 years with Kostya starting it.
Yeah.
Then your generation, you could say, came through. And now the new generation's coming through. So
I think it's got to do with the not just the I think it's the trainer, Igor. I think he had that mentality where he doesn't take shit from anyone. And if you're going to come here, you're going to do the work, or you're going to get out.
Of course.
Well, we're old school. It wasn't now like people come to the gym, I'm their best mate straight away. Igor didn't talk to me for about a year.
Yeah.
So I came in. You know, you hold the pads, don't worry
There was
about
a
that.
strict discipline, strict code of discipline, and it was just simple. You were there to work hard.
Yeah.
And if you weren't there to work hard, then there's no room for you there, you know?
Yeah, like these guys at my gym now, like, they want pads on demand. Oh, are you free tomorrow at 11 a.m.? Let's do some pads. Bro, what do you think I am? Netflix? Turn it whenever you want. That's what I say. I'm Igor, you might hold pads for me once in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was working hard. I love the bag. My bag was my friend, bro. I didn't know no mitts. I didn't know what the mitts were.
Yeah.
Oh, the mitts? What mitts? Mitt work? It was on the bag all the time. And that was my best friend, the bag. Every night from 7 to 8 or after 8 o'clock, sometimes I finish late from work. I'd get there and I love that bag. You know, and I'd be hitting that bag. That bag was my friend, man.
Boxing's changed nowadays, though.
That bag was my Netflix.
Hey, boxing's changed nowadays, killer.
That bag was my Netflix. Because he used to always be there for me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Never let you down.
If you're on it, I want to use that bag, it's on. You know what I mean?
Ready to go.
Now, the people want that treatment. Oh, you hold pads for me 3-4 rounds. I go, come on, man. Like, you know,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about how, obviously, you know, we grew up together, we trained together.
I'm asking the questions, bro. What are you talking about? No, I'm joking. Go. Ask me.
No, the dynamic. I want to know about the dynamic because you obviously run a gym now.
Yeah.
How have you seen the dynamic change? Obviously, you know, you grew up as well with, obviously, the names you mentioned, world champions. You're a former fighter yourself. Talk about how the dynamic of gyms have changed now compared to how it was, you know, obviously how we were growing up.
Yeah, now it's all about commercialism. Now it's about, you know, giving people a chance to go in there, and it's more community based. So now it's all about, I belong here. I have to go somewhere after I finish work, or before I go to work, I go here. I feel good, or I go to somewhere I belong to after I finish work or I finish uni. That place is my sanctuary. And that place keeps me away from trouble. And that place also helps me with my mental health. Very important. And it helps me release the energy. It's like all these information, the gym gives you all that. Like a weights gym, you can train, you can do this, you can do that. But it's different because the amount of the energy you release in boxing, the dopamine release you get after sparring, after hitting the bag, after doing explosive work, is a release you can't get from weight training.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? You might feel good after doing weights, but it's not like the same feeling. That's why people in boxing, that's why such a lot of females now we have. You know, back in the day we had no females.
Yeah, of course.
No girls in the class.
Never.
But now we've got female fighters, and females are into it, and it's actually the best thing for their mental health.
Of course.
Think about it. I'm a girl. What am I going to do? I'm going to go out, party, or I'm going to go to the gym and stay focused, release that energy so I can feel good about myself. I have confidence. I can defend myself. You know what I mean? It's amazing empowerment for a female let alone the male.
Yeah. And it's growing rapidly, you know?
Yeah, female boxing is massive. Like I see gyms now all doing female-only boxing. You know, even like some other gyms down the road, they doing female-only boxing. Like, because it's such a big market.
Massive market.
If a girl starts boxing, they're going to continue to do it because it's a sense of release for them. Anxiety, stress. Even if they do it once a week, it's enough for them. You know what I mean? I've realized because I've trained a few guys over the years as trained, they just need that one session a week and I feel good. You know, where a guy has to release it every day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
They need that session. Oh, I'm gonna have that session today. Yeah.
But it's also good for them to feel like they belong to a place, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Will, tell me, like, how do you define? Because you've been in that Tszyu camp now. You know, you've been with Team Tszyu now for about a year now. 1 year?
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah, 1 year. Yeah. So what actually happened? How did you come onto the Tszyu fight? Because you moved overseas to Thailand. Tell me about what happened. How did you come to the Tszyu boxing?
Yeah, I was so before I moved to Thailand, I was you were coaching me, we were competing, amateurs, we were smashing it, and then I moved to Thailand. I originally went there for just 2 weeks, but I ended up staying 1 year there. As you know, it's a crazy lifestyle. You're living in Geelong, you're living alongside people from all around the world. It helps that you know Russian as well, so you get along with everyone right away. Yeah. And fell in love with the hustle there, you know, just waking up, training, found a good team. But in that year, Tim visited me 3 times. I think at the start, at the middle, and then at the end. And at the end, you know, obviously he saw me at the start of the journey, the middle of the journey, the end of the journey. And towards the end, as a good friend of mine, he said, look, there's not really much here for you. Maybe come back home, spend time with your family. So that's what I did. Came back home, spent time with the family. And from there, straight away, I got started to get into coaching, you know. So I was helping out coaching a little bit. And from that grew, you know. I found a passion in coaching. I enjoy coaching.
So what is it about coaching that makes you, that drives you, that makes you want to be a better coach?
The biggest thing for me is obviously, you know, we've both competed in the sport. So we understand it. That's the first thing. Second, for me, it's the next generation, the youth. You know, as you mentioned before, we've seen the likes of the George Camboses, the Team Tszyu, just up and coming to then being on world stage. You know, for me, what gives me purpose every day in life is pushing the next generation to go through that walk that we've seen people do. You know, so yeah, it gives me a purpose in life. I enjoy coaching. Gives me a fulfillment for sure.
What would you what advice would you give to someone going to Thailand to train?
Going to Thailand to train, I would tell them to mix their training up for sure. There's a lot of good facilities that have just opened. I'll tell them to stay away from Bangalore Road. Nah, just settle in a good accommodation. Geelong, Rawai, good area. Find a good camp, and honestly, you have all the resources there to continuously recover, train twice a day, eat the best food. Just focus there. It's all about focusing. In Thailand, if you focus, I believe it can bring the best out of you. I stayed focused for the whole year.
So you had a couple of fights there.
Yeah, I had a few underground fights there. That was pretty fun. I fought this.
How did you have the fights? Like, how they come up to you and they say you want to fight, or you went up to them, you want to fight?
So the first one, I was with this Russian promotion or whatever, and they told me, like, you have an opponent and you're the main event. And they said, our sponsor's going to pay you like, I don't know, 500 US or something.
Oh, that's good.
Like, to the winner. So I'm not hearing anything about my opponent, right? And it's now 3 hours before the fight. And I'm messaging the guy. I said, hey, do I have someone or not? What's happening? And then he just goes, yeah, we've got someone. So they found this guy from Dagestan.
Oh, wow.
At 95 kilos. So I thought, fuck it. Like, I'm here. What am I going to do? So I just went. I won the fight. It was a bloody fight. It was like just that's the thing about these underground fights.
Did he try and take you down?
Nah, he was tough, man. He was tough for the first round, but he just gassed after. My face was swollen for sure. Yeah. But there's just cuts like you cut him and all these things happen and it's just there's no blood work. You don't know what this guy has. Yeah. He's bleeding all over you.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I got my hand raised. I gave him $250 to go get his stitches.
Oh wow! So you gave half your purse.
I gave him half, yeah. So
Wow.
they gave it to me in the ring, like $500, and I walked straight up to him and I said, "Here's 200 or whatever." I said, "Go," because in Thailand, obviously with the
medical,
it kills you, to get something stitched up, or God forbid if you have just a graze, it's going to cost you thousands. So I went up to him. I said, "Thank you for showing up."
$1,000 or $1,000 US?
No, nothing. I think we're talking thousands for sure.
For what? 1,000 US?
Australian. I was paying 1,000 Australian.
1,000 Australian to get yourself fixed up.
For sure. And
Wow.
if you have no insurance and you fall off a bike, for example, you're in deep trouble.
Yeah,
you're in deep trouble. The second one was against a Turkish national representative. Like it was a good fight. I won that. And then the third one, I made my pro debut in Bangkok. And I won that as well. So it was good.
Awesome.
There's fights literally every week.
So you went to Bangkok to have your pro debut?
I went to Bangkok, had my pro debut there. But now in Phuket, there's fights happening literally now this 1 minute tournaments. If you win, there's some good prize money, but MMA gloves, boxing rules.
Okay.
A 1 minute tournament. If you win, you get $100 extra.
Oh, wow.
So these things are happening. And then, of course, you have your boxing is growing big now in Phuket. There's a lot of pro shows happening. Before it used to be in Bangkok, but now in Phuket, there's a lot of pro shows happening.
When I went there back in 2010, and it was all bushland.
In Phuket, yeah?
Yeah, it was like a jungle.
Yeah.
There was only one gym. Tiger Muay Thai, and there was Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon.
That's it. And there was only one place to eat, Tony's.
Wow.
That's it. That's all it was. And it was and I stayed in Tiger Muay Thai in one of those old bungalows.
No way.
There was no aircon.
Yeah, I know.
It was middle of summer.
At the back of the gym?
Yeah. You used to wake up in the morning, people hitting the bags.
5 a.m. straight away. It starts at 5 a.m.
Yeah, people in the bags. Oh, man, I'm up again. And then you had to share the showers and toilets, whatever, with every other guest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know if I paid for that accommodation. I just went in, they gave me the deal, and I didn't pay nothing, I think.
Yeah, I've had a few friends that live there. It's definitely tough. I lived 1 month. I lived outside of a gym. 5 a.m. straight away. The whistle blows and kicks, screaming.
Yeah, it was like a boot camp.
Yeah. And you know what? If you go there and you go there to focus, I promise you'll get great results. There's so many resources. And the biggest thing about being in that location is everyone around you is chasing greatness. And when you're around people chasing greatness, it kind of uplifts you because everyone's after one goal.
But you got two groups. You got the people that want to go somewhere, and from my experience, and lose the weight, or they want to just go there and just get away. They just broke up with their girlfriend, or they broke up with their boyfriend. They just want to go to somewhere and just forget about everything.
Resort or something.
Yeah, and then you got the people that actually going there to fight and to compete, and then you train with them. Yeah, so there's different groups. Obviously, there's people that go there for a holiday, and some people just go there and train, but they're not there to compete. Yeah. And there's guys that go there like you, who want to get away and just do something in their life and change their life and turn that around. Yeah.
For sure, you see that. What
was going on in your life during that time? You went to was it a decision you made because you needed to do something to make a change, or was it like you're just going to go there and fight, or what was the reason why you going?
Well, originally I went for just a couple of weeks, and when I went there, I saw the potential it had. I actually was trying to go there for business as well, but it's so many laws and regulations. I came close to doing some business there. With a Thai partner, an Australian partner.
What kind of business are you doing, man?
We wanted to open a gym there.
Oh, right.
But it comes with a lot of it's not something that you do overnight there.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a lot of regulations.
A lot of regulations, a lot of laws. You don't even own 50% of the business. By law, you're only allowed to own 48%. But back to what you were saying about the different groups, especially on that street, you see it, man. In the gym, you'll see someone busting his ass off. I'm the next champ. And then at night, you see him stumbling on the roads, or he's with some woman, or he's doing this. But you definitely come across all different groups for sure. But yeah, it was good, man. I was doing my strength and conditioning with the same coach that Peter Yan uses. Oh, so beautiful. Mine was at 9 in the morning. Peter Yan was at 10. So when I'm doing my strength, he was there. Cross paths a lot of legends, man, and that made me want to stay because these people are at the pinnacle of the sport.
Yeah, you're training with, like I saw a big article say about who you train with is how you push yourself to the next level.
Yeah.
Like, remember I went back to George Cambosis, Team Tszyu, and all these guys. We trained with all these great stars. They were all at a very high level. It forces you to be at a high level.
Of course.
And that's very important. Like, I'm thinking, like, from perspective of, say, Team Tszyu fought on the weekend, yeah? How can we not talk about this? So he fought on the weekend. I feel Tim's been the best fighter in Australia for so long. I feel like he needs to get himself be around people where they are at his level or above him. And that'll push Tim. Because I know Tim, it's like, I'm already at that level. So, and everyone is below me. All the sparring partners are below me. All the training people that I train with, I'm always just helping people out. I'm giving my time. They're training with me, but I'm, he needs to obviously take himself to, I'm not saying go to Dagestan, but go to a place where he's not the best fighter. And that'll motivate him and push him and say, oh shit, I can see a mountain here. And I'm not that mountain. I need to climb that mountain. I feel that's the difference in his career right now that he needs, because he's been the number one fighter at Tszyu boxing for a long time, and when he was younger, he wasn't the best fighter at Tszyu boxing. So that pushed him. But then when he got to a level, he was the best fighter. When you're the best fighter, if you're the best fighter at your own gym, that's a problem, because you want to motivate yourself to push yourself to the next level. At Tszyu boxing, when I was there, I was not. When I was first started, I wasn't the best fighter. But then I saw all these guys really good, and that motivated me. You know what I mean? I saw these guys who were pros. They came out of the Olympic Games, and they were on the pads training. I'm like, wow, I'm never gonna be this good, but I'm gonna try. You know
what thoughts just coming through my head?
Yeah.
I remember the last time we ever sparred.
Yeah, you hit me in the back of the head.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
by the way, this was about like 13 years ago now, 14 years ago, and he never lets it go.
We're in a clinch and he starts punching the back of my head. I'm like, bro, you don't like that shots, do you? Well, it's illegal, bro.
Hey, Killer, no matter how many years goes by, I'll never forget that story.
I'll never forget.
And I'm so glad I can sit here and just laugh at you about it, because I vividly remember just
punching the back of the head.
Yeah, like the story never changes. The story never changes.
Anyway. Yeah, but you know what? I think there was a lot of sharks at Tszyu boxing, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when I first started Tszyu boxing, I used to crawl up the stairs. I was so nervous. I'm like, I hope I have to spar today. I hope Eagles doesn't put me in there with some shark. Went up there so nervous, but I'd get there. Then after the train, I feel good. But like, you always go up there like you were shitting yourself. Like when I went for my first pro fight, right? I was training at Tszyu boxing. And like there was Team Tszyu, Cambosis. I sparred Cambosis. But you had Josh Diab. They had these bulls that were just like killing the amateur scene. They were the best in the country in amateurs. And me, I've taken the full 5 years off, come back as a pro fighter, sparring these guys. Man, my defense had to be on. I wasn't trying to kill them. They were trying to kill me. Because I don't really spar hard. I only go hard in sparring. I really go hard in sparring. Unless it's like, Eagle's there and he's going, you must go hard, then I'm on. But really, when I'm sparring, I just go very light. I never really go hard. That's just my thing. I never really push the sparring because I feel like I save it for the fight. I get to play around, move around a bit. But when it's someone from another gym and everyone's watching,
different ball game.
And Eagle's there in the corner,
yeah.
It's on. It's on. Yeah, we're going in and we're going for it. Yeah, but like generally, when we spar with the team like Cambosis and I sparred many rounds with George and Tim and all those guys, it wasn't really like, they were going for it. They were probably going for it, but I was relaxed.
No,
I was slipping and sliding, man, slipping and sliding, turning shots, just blocking.
I think that's how they were trained. They were definitely trained.
Kill or be killed.
Brought up to, kill or be killed,
Yeah.
And that's how I got my nose shattered when I was 15.
Yeah, with who?
I think it was Chad Hoskins.
Oh, right, okay.
He was a good prospect coming up.
Yeah.
He was good.
There was a lot of I remember Rocky Jerkic came.
Oh, yeah.
He was a gun.
He was a gun.
So Rocky was he was the most talented one of the most talented fighters I've ever seen. But you know, he never really reached his potential. He had the biggest left hook. I was at the Fitness Expo in Brisbane once.
You were close with Rocky then
Yeah.
at that stage.
The Brisbane Fitness Expo. He was living in Brisbane at the time.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
come
He
down.
moved to Brisbane, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the expo here in Brisbane. That was crazy expo. Everything was sold out in like 3-4 hours. I sold everything.
How many years after was that from the first debut expo?
Oh, that was like a year later.
1 year later.
Yeah,
so look at that growth you had in just 1 year.
It was just Brisbane. I don't know. Brisbane was just dying for boxing gear. And like bang, I sold out. I had to order some on a plane the next day. But like it was chaos. It was out of control. Brisbane was out of control. But I went to the fight night there. I held Rocky. So Rocky, I held the pads for him. Oh man, I had the air mitts. I never felt a left hook like that before.
He was a very talented fighter.
That's what I remember. That left hook he had was unbelievable. That power in that left hook. And he was like a junior middleweight.
Yeah, junior middle was. He was junior middle.
Yeah,
and he was a big junior middle.
Big junior middle.
And he had everything.
He
Good
had
footwork,
reach.
height, jab, power.
Yeah.
Could do it all.
Yeah.
He was definitely someone
very explosive.
Even from then, I remember you telling me like this guy can be a big star if he wants to be.
Yeah. I was like sponsoring him and looking after him. Anything he needed. Even like came over once to spar Tim. He came down from Brisbane to spar Tim once. Sat at my house. You know what I mean? So, you know, I looked after him.
Nah, Rocky was a big prospect back in the day.
Yeah.
It's definitely a name I've heard of for a while.
Yeah. So what's going on, Will? How we looking? 20 minutes? Oh shit.
Yeah.
You wanna open up the Team Tszyu segment? Nah.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Alright, yeah, cool. Alright, so yeah, I guess our good friend Tim fought on the weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't come off with the victory. But I guess like I said before, you know, he's at that level now. He's reached the top of the mountain in Australia. I think he needs to find another mountain to climb in training camp. And I feel like he's around other stars, other fighters at a high level, because he's the only high level fighter really that he's training with at the moment. He's not training with anyone. He trains by himself. I feel like if he's around other guys at that level, it's like the old in Russia, how all the greatest tennis players in Russian history all trained together. Like Anna Kournikova, Marat Safin, back in the day, they all trained together in the same camp and they became superstars. Like the day when he had Kambosos, Nikita, Tim, all training together with Josh Diab and all these other young superstars. They became the best amateurs in Australia because...
But Kilo, the only issue here is that preparing for a 6'6" southpaw like Fundora, it's also, you can have the greatest team ever, but to come across someone with that height, that reach at 154 as well plays a big factor, I think.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to comment here. I've seen Tim take apart guys in sparring. I've never he has destroyed guys better than Fundora, taller than even that 6'5", 6'4". Tim distance doesn't have a problem with distance. Tim walks through everyone, and then I just think after the last fight, the Bakran fight, the first Fundora fight, and the Bakran fight, it kind of like I feel like he didn't have that same confidence after that. I feel like every fighter knows once they feel the punches, they get hurt or they lose their invincibility. You feel a bit more gun shy to get hit. It's just normal. It's just mentality wise. I'm usually you walked into sparring, you've had sparred, right? And how many times you walk into sparring and sometimes you're not feeling. You feel it. You don't want to get hit. Sometimes, you come and you might start avoiding. You might start tentative, and you might think, "Oh, I don't want to get hit." But that's when you get hit.
Now, look, the preparation for Fundora's camp this time was perfect. You know? Not to mention he came off a great comeback win against Joey Spencer. Looked spectacular there. In my opinion, or what I think is that Fundora, of course, came out much harder. I feel like Fundora got much stronger and much faster.
You think he surprised him? Was Tim
I think
preparing for that Fundora to come out and unleash the punches, or was Tim preparing for Fundora to be on the back foot?
No, of course. I think Tim was preparing for the Fundora style of coming forward.
Yep.
Sometimes it's just hard. Everyone plans to defend against the punch, but everyone has a plan until they do get punched. And I do believe that Tim had great preparation for this. Coming off a spectacular comeback win against Joey Spencer, I feel like his preparation was great. Just didn't go his way, he didn't go to plan on the night. I feel like he had a great plan to beat Fundora, but just couldn't execute the game plan properly. And I think now I don't think there's much pressure on his back. He's got a beautiful wife, he's got a beautiful home, he's got a gym, he's got good people in his life. I think he should enjoy life for a couple months. Relax a little bit, do the things that he enjoys to do, because he's just been non-stop boxing for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
I think a good 1 or 2 month reset. So the thing with Tim is he always stays in shape. So he's never out of shape, or he's never not fit. But just maybe enjoy his life a little bit with his wife, and do things like that before he comes back to boxing. I think
absolutely
a good reset for him would only benefit him.
I agree. I think Tim definitely needs that reset and that time away from boxing, because that will give him the hunger back, and he'll obviously, with someone, when they step away from boxing, two things happen: either they fall in love with it again, or they fall away from it. It's either he wants it or doesn't want it. That's why it's good to step away, not really listen to the promoters and the managers and everyone, and just do whatever they say. Do what you want to do. Yeah.
I think at least he's entitled to do that.
Do what you want to do. You have the right to do what you want to do. If he wants to take 6 months off, let him take 6 months off. If he wants to take a fight next month, fight next month. Do what you want to do. Don't let people pressure you to get to where you need to go. Because at the end of the day, people, they see Team Tszyu, they see dollars. You know what I mean? But we all know he's just a human being, just like us.
Yeah,
he's going to have good days and bad days. He's not a machine. He's not he's the Terminator. But look, he's just a human being. You know what I mean? And he's a very soft human being. And the thing with Tim is he needs that confidence to do what he wants to do and not follow what other people are trying to tell him to do, because he needs to do what makes him feel happy. And then if that is take 6 months off or 12 months off, and that's it. Because for me, he needs some time off, because that'll give him that hunger back and give him time to relax, enjoy himself, just train, just maybe some sparring.
But even over the last 4 or 5 years, he's been one of the most active fighters.
Look, fight all the time.
Look how many fighters take time off. Even world champions take time off. Tim is one of the most active fighters. I think for himself, he's earned time to just sit back, enjoy the wealth that is made of boxing with his wife, and reassess. And I don't think that means step away from boxing. I just think it means he should have a month off and just enjoy life, like we all should if we were at that.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think have the confidence to do what you want to do and just do it and be, and then that's it. Like he's in that situation now with Terence Crawford, all these guys, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. They fight like 1 or twice a year. They've done their hard work. They've done their 5-6 fights a year. Now it's time, just fight once, twice a year max. Prepared for big fights, making big massive fights. That's it. That's what people do when they get into their 30s. They want to start slowing down a bit, but be focused on the bigger fights. Yeah. Rather than just get fights. Every
2-3 months, fight.
Yeah,
camp after camp.
Look. Everyone says, have a tune-up fight, a couple of tune-ups. Look, you have your tune-up fights in your first 10. I don't believe in tune-up fights. I feel like you're gonna fight, and that's it. He's not gonna. I know Tim very well. He not going to get motivated for a tune-up fight.
No, of course not.
He needs to be motivated. He needs to see a mountain to get motivated. He's not a guy that will get motivated for a guy who will knock you out in 1 round. He won't get motivated. It doesn't push him. He gets motivated by challenges.
Yeah.
Same with Jonathan. My God.
John Scroy.
Yeah. He fought on the weekend.
Yeah. How was that, by the way? Tell us about John's performance. We were obviously in Vegas. We didn't get to watch
John did well. He was a tough guy. He was not a layover guy. This guy, He's Papua New Guinea, but he's fought the best guys in Australia, and he now trains with Shady Shabib, Sydney Fight Gym.
Wow.
He kept him in there, and Shady gets his guys ready.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
that's a pretty good gym.
Yeah.
A few of my amateurs recently fought from there, and they're all pretty tough, man.
They're tough. And I knew as soon as he goes, he's training with Shadys now, and he's been training there for the last 6 to 12 months.
Wow.
Shady goes, he slept in my gym, this guy, before the fight. Look after him. And then, you know, I thought, I know this guy's coming to fight because this guy will be fit. You know, and Shady gets his guys ready. He goes, he's going to come to fight. Shady told me before the fight, I haven't seen this guy at all during this camp. I think I maybe seen him once. He came to the gym once.
Shady said that?
I tell you, just before the fight.
Right.
We've been in the dressing room.
yeah.
I reckon I'm not going to take that shit.
Yeah.
He's definitely been training. He wouldn't be fighting me. No, I'm not going to accept that. John, be on, bro.
Yeah.
You know, when they say that, to let you know, like, to kind of relax.
Yeah.
Be on. And this guy came out. This guy's a junior middleweight, naturally.
Wow.
He's come down to welterweight to fight John.
John moved up.
John moved up. And this guy couldn't get him. John couldn't get him out of there straight away. He had to box him.
Right.
So I told John during this camp, boxing is like baking a cake. Yeah. First, you put the cake mix in, then you put the eggs and this, and then you turn and you mix it. And then after that, you put in the oven, you bake it, and then it comes out of the oven, the cake. Then you put the icing on top and you let it cool down, and then you can eat. Yeah, this is the same mentality I have.
I love the way you described
when you spar. He came after his last fight. He sparred. He went to knock the guy out because he got a knockout in his last fight.
Yeah.
He got nailed.
That was a brutal stoppage, his last one.
Yeah, but he got nailed in sparring the week later.
I get you.
He sparred with another kid, and the kid nailed him because John tried to brawl with him, thinking he just got the knockout.
He didn't bake the cake.
He's a puncher now. He became a puncher.
He didn't bake the cake.
Because he's been telling for years, man, I need to get some knockouts, man.
Yeah.
He got one knockout, and then he came back to the gym trying to knock the guy out, inspiring against the guy who's number 2 in Australia as an amateur. The guy came with it, and the guy style was saying come forward, and John tried to come forward with him. Man, I told him, man, you can't be doing this.
He's got to bake the cake. He's got to bake the cake.
You know what they say? It's boxing, man. It's boxing. It's boxing. It's called boxing for a reason. Yeah. It's not called fighting. Yeah, you can't just eat the cake out of the cake mix. You know what I mean? I told him, say that we baked the cake.
Yeah, I like it.
So we got in there, used the jab. This is the formula. You know, it's unproven. It's proven for all of boxing. You got to box, you break them down, then you stop them. You don't go in there trying to knock the guys out in the first round. I told John, you be smart. You know, box. When you wear him down,
the stoppage will come.
This is how play the game, yeah. So and by the way, you got a fight coming up, yeah?
Fighting, yeah. We've got a fight coming up November the 8th. Paul Nazari show.
Yep. November
8th. Tough opponent.
November 8th, yeah?
November the 8th, yeah.
Oh, right, because it was going to be August 20, wasn't it?
20 something, but yeah, the next
one's
one's November the 8th.
Wow.
So we'll be ready for that.
Wow.
Tough Fijian. So should be all good.
Yeah.
And how it goes.
I'm looking after you for this camp, yeah?
Killer's going to be coaching me, yeah. So
there you go. And obviously, this camp there was some big Aussie fights coming up. We've got August 20. Nikita makes his return.
Yeah, he's fighting international opponent.
International undefeated opponent, yeah.
Yeah, should be good. Should be good for him. Is the Ahmed Reda
Poker and Horn fight's happening?
Still on?
Yes.
It's on.
Did you hear something different?
Well, I'm asking, is it on or not? I haven't seen any confirmation.
It's 100% on.
100% confirmed?
Shouldn't be released in that, but I know 100% it's on.
Okay.
I'm telling you who told me.
Okay.
But it's definitely on August 20.
Right.
And Ali Reda, which is Tiger Reda's fighting August 23 on the
Nazari, yeah, you're making his pro debut.
Yeah, I think I'm in his corner as well.
Oh, good.
For that fight.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm very, very interested in the Ahmed Reda and Polkinghorn fight.
What do you think? I really haven't seen much of Polkinghorn. He's
been
injured. He's been out for a while.
I think it's good stylistic fight. You've got Ahmed Reda, who's obviously very front foot dominant, and you got Billy, who's obviously uses his distance and uses the ring, and they both have a high IQ skill.
Yep.
I genuinely think if this fight goes on, this could be fight of the year.
Yeah.
Predictions wise, styles make fights, man. Styles make fights. You know, it's a 10-rounder. It's both very early in the boys' career. I think the fans win this one, man. If the fight goes on.
Who you got?
Who do I have?
Oh, you're a split between because this is a poker horn part of the Glenn Jennings crew. Yeah.
Styles make fights, man. I think I don't know. I'll go with my boy Ahmed, maybe. Ahmed could get it done. But in saying that as well,
I'll be in Ahmed's corner for that fight as well.
No, but in all honesty, I'll be honest with you. I think Billy has the skills to outbox Ahmed as well. It's a 10-round fight. You know, we have to take into account here. This is not a 4 or a 6-rounder.
Yeah.
It's very early in both boys' career, and I can't decide who wins because if this goes after 8 rounds, you know, early in the career.
I feel that. From my perspective, I'm just looking at what I saw with Ahmed. In
his last fight, right? You're talking about his last fight.
No, I'm looking at him training here for he trained here for 6 months.
Right.
He trained here for 6 months. Okay. So to look at him, I was in his corner a few times. I've been in his corner for a couple of fights as well. And I'll be in the corner again for Bogatyrov. I just see him, he just gets stronger as the rounds go on. He's one of those fighters that builds after every round.
Right.
And keeps building. And the more rounds, he needs more rounds. So 10 rounds is actually perfect for Ahmed because he builds. Where Pokémon hasn't done 10 rounds before.
And the reason why I would say I'm leaning towards Ahmed is because in his last performance, I definitely did see that. I think he got the 5th round stoppage.
Yeah.
And after every round, he was just growing and growing and growing and growing. Whereas with Billy, he hasn't been as active. He's only had the 1 fight in the last year.
Yeah.
Ahmed's been getting the rounds in. So the momentum, if I had to pick, I would probably pick Ahmed for sure. But going late into the rounds and stylistically, you know, you got Billy who's a mover and Ahmed who's a come forward fighter. I think activity plays a big role and I think Ahmed's got some good momentum behind him.
Yeah, Ahmed is definitely the most, I believe anyway, the most talented lightweight in Australia. Just because he's not, the thing about him that nobody knows that I saw, he's got a heart of a lion, and he throws combinations.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He throws combinations like
punches
throwback.
In bunches, and angles and moves and he's there.
Yeah,
and I saw that in his last fight.
Yeah, combinations, but he's also got that
engine,
the heart
and the engine.
He got the will.
Yeah,
he got the will in him.
And I think as well with Billy's inactivity plays a major role in this fight. You got Ahmed coming in red hot.
He's got a few stoppages,
and he's done some rounds in his last fight. 5 rounds, I think he went 5-6 rounds.
Yeah,
and Billy hasn't been active at all. So if I had to pick a winner, I reckon Ahmed wins the title.
Yeah. I think Pokenhorn is a good fighter. It's 50-50
It's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, you can't say it's a one-sided fight. This one, it's a 50-50 fight.
And that's fight of the year contender.
Yeah,
Think about it.
It's a great
How
fight.
often do we see 2 young prospects early in their career with big amateur credentials facing off against each other for an Australian title so early on their careers, not afraid to take a 10-round fight? Two of Australia's best going at it. We hardly see that nowadays. And, you know, to see this fight happen, I hope it does happen.
Yeah.
Because our boxing world, we've seen fights like this fall through all the time. But if it happens, I think, you know, I'm slightly leaning towards Ahmed for sure.
All right, awesome. All right, cool. And then, obviously, we've got our fight camp coming up.
Yeah.
Gym Wars. It's been a mission, but we're finally here. We've still got a few people to call tomorrow. But Fight Camp Gym Wars is here. 6 weeks of training. You know, there's going to be 10 people from Tszyu Boxing and 10 people from Killer Boxing training hard and then eventually competing on September 5th right here in the squared circle. We're going to bring it back. You know, we did these for years at Tszyu Boxing. You know, we did so many of them at Tszyu Boxing. Like, we had some cracking nights, didn't we?
Some good nights, some good action-packed fights. It was good to bring the communities together, families.
You know how I had the idea? Tim actually gave me the idea last year after the first Fundora fight. He called me up and we spoke about it. Like, oh, we should do this. I'm like, yeah, right now I'm a bit stressed out because I'm looking for a gym. I'm looking for a location. We're at Bondi Boxing. So at the moment, like, bro, yeah, we could do something, but like, let me just find the place first. Let me deck the place out first, and then we can talk about it, because like it was full on, yeah. So, but it was good. That gave me an idea, and I thought about it like a month ago. I'm like, oh, I want to speak to Will, because it makes sense, because we are not far from each other. Number one, number two, we both have different demographics. You know what I mean? You got the south, you got like Rockdale and all that. We've got the Dulwich Hill, we've got all that inner west area. So it's a great two demographics coming together for an event, and it's good training for introducing people to boxing, and it's gonna boost your profile, your gym's numbers, boost our gym's numbers for beginners, and that's what we want. We want those beginners, you know what I mean? And then it will also help us make this into a regular event where we're doing this all the time, because we're pretty much a family coming back together. If you call it that, we're like the Brady Bunch, but we're like a family come back together.
Yeah, of course.
Because we are pretty much the same team if you look at it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at John and James, my trainers, the guys that my fighters, they still run classes at Zoo Boxing, and we still do sparring at Zoo Boxing. So pretty much we are pretty much the same team coming together for an event. It makes sense, but I believe in the future we can even expand this and make other gyms involved, because that'll be really good to bring different communities involved, and we can make this massive.
Well, that's what boxing's all about, right? Bringing the communities together.
I think Bondi Boxing's good. I think they do their own events now, and we'll have guys fighting at those events, which is really good. But like, you know, if we do like something like this with Bondi Boxing, you know, you got Lift and Box, which is in Artarmon. They were here tonight. Cindy's gym, she got a few females. You know, even Anton, he's moving to Marrickville.
Oh yeah.
Last quarter. No quarter. He's moving to Marrickville now. He's got a big place in Marrickville. So there's a lot of opportunities to work with a lot of gyms. Look, unlike weights gyms and different boxing gyms are made to work. We have to work together, because we need them for each other for sparring. We need each other to, you know, we need each other to work together to boost fighters. We work together to coach other fighters. You know, like I work the Team Redder as well. I coach Ahmed. I coached their boys last week, Long Loves, because, you know, we're just kind of like, we have to work this way and be connected, because it's not going to, if we don't, then the fighters don't get the benefits.
Of course.
Yeah, because like tonight we had about 20, like other gyms come to spar, but this is exactly right. But by connecting gyms together to get clientele to start boxing is something different, because now you're getting 10 new people, I'm getting 2 new people. We're working together to get new people for each other's gyms to train together, and then eventually they're going to compete against each other, and then that'll make it even a better, bring the commercial market into it, where previously we just got the fighters sparring each other like, oh yeah, but this way it's better because it's commercialized. We're bringing a different look into the market, which has never been done before.
Yeah, and like you said, you've got experience doing this before. The barbecue beatdowns at zoos, they were crazy.
Yeah, we had some crazy fights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had. That's where.
How it started.
Let me tell you right now. You know, we got Jonathan. He's a pro now. He started barbecue beatdown.
Yeah.
He had 2-3 barbecue fights before he went amateur. That's how he started. Peter Lupos. Yeah. All these guys. Rookie, the young girl.
Rookie, I remember she was there. Yeah.
She started as a barbecue beatdown fighter. These all careers get started before they jump in as an amateur boxer. They can't. They do a sparring session in front of a crowd. That'll help them, and then they get. That's going to develop the young youth and fighters, because they get to experience it, be in front of a crowd, compete, win or lose, doesn't really matter. It doesn't go on their record.
Yeah.
Just in front of a crowd, and then that way they can take that experience into a fight.
But even after the beatdowns, Killer, the amount of people that ended up competing after starting your beatdowns. Yeah. A lot of them did, and it's just to gain that experience,
Zyla,
to then get you in there.
Lachlan, Cooper. It's a lot. Yeah, Lockie.
David.
Yeah,
David had a war.
Yeah.
Who did he spar against?
I don't know. Him and Cooper.
Was it him and Cooper?
They had a draw.
Yeah. Oh, that was a war.
He thought he was going to get an easy win against Cooper.
Fight of the night, that one.
He thought he was going to get an easy win against Cooper, because Cooper's like, everyone was walking through Cooper then.
Yeah.
Cooper came to fight that night, bro.
Yeah, he came to fight. And he beat down on the mouth guard.
He came to fight.
But you
And
know
that's
what?
it. That changed Cooper.
You know what? There's all good to have this competitiveness, but it's beautiful to see all the families and everyone come together. We put on a barbecue, we put on a good event. Tim will be in the house, so it's good. It'll be good to unite.
Tim will be in the house.
No, but it'll be good to unite again, you know, because like
Yeah.
Killer did say, we are one team,
Yep.
and it's good to bring different the demographics from obviously Marrickville, bringing Rockdale together, and uniting and growing together. So I think that's important.
I think doing this together will also give us more insight on how we can be better. You know what I mean? In both our gyms, because sometimes you need these situations. Because look, you got to create. You got to be creative. You can't just keep doing the same old 6-week camp or 6-week challenge, and then people sign up. Oh, your 6-week challenge. This is a twist to it. You're in the team against another gym. This is like, it gives you more. There's more vibe. There's more entertainment. There's more action. There's more competitiveness, and it draws people in. People just come to watch, and they're not even part of it. Maybe it's some media. Should we get the media? Fox Sports?
Of course we can get them there.
Fox Sports can televise it.
The thing is,
Not
Killer
Combat
doesn't
Sports,
like
though.
to lose, and I don't like to lose either. So it makes it all a little more fun.
Oh yeah, Igor talked to me today about the basketball game next week.
I don't know. We're playing basketball next week again.
Apparently, yeah.
Hey, we're up 2-0, by the way, guys. We're up 2-0. I've heard Killer's been practicing his
I've been
shots.
practicing.
You've been practicing, of course.
I was there today.
I'll be honest with you guys. Growing up as a kid, Killer was a gun basketball player. But his last 2 games he's lost today. Everyone gets old someday. You know what I mean?
You know what happened? I used to be at the PCYC every morning.
Killer used to
playing
be a
basketball,
gun. He used to be a gun.
I used to shoot downstairs. I'd have a spare half an hour to go shoot some shots, yeah? Downstairs in the basketball court. Now, obviously, we're in Marrickville. I gotta find an outdoor court. I gotta find the basketball. I've got a driver's license right now. So
From anywhere, Killer could land a shot. But look, his last 2 games, you know, Zoo Boxing were up 2-0. So, you know, this could be it. the
last
third
game
one
was funnier. It was nearly going to be on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Killer gets himself in some beef.
It was nearly going to be on last time.
Remember that.
It was nearly going to be on. It was the heat of the moment.
I thought it was very close to being on. I thought it was a
on.
joke at the start, but it wasn't until I saw you two getting in each other's faces.
Yeah, look.
Basketball beef.
Look. It was just a bit of fun. Like everyone gets competitive. Everyone plays hard. Look, if you don't play to win, don't play it away.
Yeah, of course, I
That's
agree.
it. That's my policy. If you
I
don't play to
agree.
win, don't play at all. Yeah. What are we on? 60 minutes now? All right. Yeah. Let's wrap there.
All right.
All right, thanks everyone. Thanks you for joining the Killer Boxing Podcast. Thank you, Will, for joining us tonight. I know you've had a long night, been up since 5:30 a.m. But hey, you made it here, and you know what? You must have had fun, huh?
Nah, I appreciate it. It was
Yep.
good to be on this podcast.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Of course, yeah, it was good.
Awesome.